Hi guys, my name is Helly. I'm from Israel and I want to share with you some things I have about twin flames. Um, I'm 35 years old, I'm divorced. About 3 months ago, after I've been divorced for 3 years, had many relationships, short, long, even had one real big love. Which I thought was the one because we had really good connection, and I know for many reasons it just didn't work out. He wasn't ready to get committed, and some point 3 months ago I told myself, okay, it's probably shouldn't be because it's not really working, so I'll let it go. And some part of me knew inside that there's this perfect someone who waits for me. It was hard for me to believe, but I told myself, it can be it. I know I'm gonna have another love, another chapter in my life, and it's gonna be amazing. And I just felt that there's someone waiting for me and doing the same process that I did, and that we eventually gonna be together. And I started listening to many meditations in YouTube about summoning your twin soul and your twin flame, and it like helped me clear all the old things I had and hold. And then in the beginning of April I had few free days, and I was like waking up in the morning and something inside of me said, okay, I want to go abroad. I want to go on a holiday, on vacation, which I didn't do for a few years. And I just want it. So I was texting a friend and told her we haven't met for 2 years, and I was telling her, okay, look, I got few free days. Let's do something. And she was like, oh, sorry, I'm flying to vacation tonight, so I can't with friends. Told her, how come you didn't tell me? And she said, I didn't even want to come, but if you like, you can try and check and join us. Said, okay. And then I told to myself, what now? Today to go a few days abroad in other country, and what the hell? And I said, okay, maybe it should be, and I'll check. And I checked, and 30 minutes later I had tickets for a flight at the same night, and started packing and wondering with myself if everything is okay with me. I felt some crazy urge to go there and to order this ticket. So I said, okay, that's the universe. If it's right for me, so it's gonna be okay. And I booked the flight and everything, and at evening we met at the airport, and it was amazing. And for some reason I couldn't join their room or to have two separate rooms. There are three girls and me, and you just told me in travel agency you'll have to book a separate room for yourself. So okay, whatever, I just need this holiday so much. We went out and we spent the first 2 days, which were amazing, and I was deciding on the plane on the way to there that I'm opening a new chapter in my life, that I'm leaving everything behind me. The divorce, the pain, the other relationships I had which weren't working enough. And I said to myself, I deserve to be loved. I want to be loved with someone who will take me as I am and love me and see these special things that I have. And I was focusing in loving myself, and to choose this point of traveling as some dramatic point in my life, which I'm leaving all behind and start new. So I was really chilling and enjoying myself, and on the third night, we had 4 nights and 5 days. And third night, it was April 11th, 2017, which was a full moon in Libra. And for some reason, I reached to some few predictions in YouTube which just jump up on me, and I guess I should have heard them. And we're talking about this day, which is the day. I'm a Libra, by the way. They said that this is amazing day that for destiny meetings and for meeting your soulmate, which can be in travel or very strange occurrences. And something inside of me woke up and I just felt strong energy in my stomach and said, something of me knew that there's something in what this woman said. And I said, okay, let's give it a try. It was at that day at the afternoon, and my friend sat with me and we were talking about it, and I told her, I'm ready for a relationship. I'm ready to find my chapter B, my one, the one who's going to be complete, my twin flame. I want this. And she said, okay, go ahead. And then all of my friends all of a sudden felt really bad. They had some stomach issues and they just went to sleep. I found myself alone in the bar and I just opened some chatting app and I started talking to this guy, which from the very first moment I saw his face and something, I said to myself, okay, oh, this is cute, this is my type. Let's try it. What the hell, I'm in a different country and let's have some fun. I mean, shouldn't spend the night alone. I got sweet and stuff. So I was texting him and he answered and we started chatting, and a few minutes later we started talking on the phone for about 30 minutes, and something felt so familiar in this conversation. His voice, I mean, he had a look of someone who's I don't know, like a playboy, but he was cute and older than me, 15 years older. And I was like, you know what, instead of talking, I mean, you're 10 minutes away, let's meet. I mean, I got this free hotel room, let's go sit in a bar or something. He was like, oh, sorry, I'm not feeling that well today, I've been bent all day, I just lay down and watch TV. Told him, okay, I can come lay down with me, let's have company for each other, we shouldn't do anything, I'm feeling a little bit lonely and I'm away from home and I would like to have some nice company. And he said, you know what, okay, I'm coming. 30 minutes later he came. It was about 10 p.m. and he came. He looked really nice from the beginning. We sat and we talked, and it felt within a few minutes like we got this amazing connection. Like, I told to myself, you're in fucking foreign land and with a man you don't know, and you're talking with him and he's 15 years older than you, and aren't you afraid? Are you okay? And it was like, I know, something felt so safe about him, and he was very respecting, and we talked for hours, and then we had some intimacy, and it was amazing. And I was expecting for him to leave in the morning and never hear from him again. And he was like, do you want to hang out today or go and see some places or do something together? I was like, sure, yeah. Told my friends I'm not available and updated them, and of course they were informed about everything. But we went traveling he took me to some cliff and caves in the water, and I was standing there and I had flashback of images I had a few years ago while meditating. I saw myself standing on a cliff with caves near the mountains and someone holding me and hugging me from behind, and it felt so perfect. And by the time it happened, I was sure it's some old past life restoration with my ex-husband. And suddenly it was like, oh, I've been here. I didn't know it was you, but it was like this place which I saw a few years ago in my meditation, and this vision came back to me a few times later. And when I came there, I was like, okay, this is some sign. I don't know, but I'm not making any plans right now. I'm just enjoying the moment. And we had this amazing day, and he showed me around and the island and the places, and we just felt connected. He told me too, it's strange. I mean, after 12 hours together, he told me, I feel like I know you for years, and I felt the same way. And I was saying things and he said them too. I was talking in my head and he was saying that. He was talking in his head and I was saying that. And it was just amazing, this connection, that we felt that there's no need to talk. We just cuddled, and then we watched some movie together which was talking about death and breakups, and it just flooded some very painful issues, and we both were crying and hugging, and it was like making some intimacy and stronger connections, like let's take all your pain up one in front of the other, be yourself, throw up all the masks and just be yourself, and it's okay. So we're cuddling the rest of the day, and felt that we need nothing, just to be together. It was so perfect, and I have loved people in my life, and the last love I had, it felt like the same thing I felt about 24 hours later with him, but it took 3 months to feel that. And so we slept together. In the morning I left, and we said that we'll keep on talking, and I remember crying, and suddenly my heart opened up, and I was asking myself, am I gonna see this person again? I mean, I don't want to lose him, to lose this feeling till I felt it. I mean, this is what I wanted to feel, and he made it happen. So I remember crying on my way back home. It was a short flight, and wondering if I'll see this person again, if I'll ever feel this complete, because it made everything till this moment to feel not important and to have no value. I mean, this is it. This is what I was looking for, and I found it, but he's fucking far away, and we're so different and from different cultures, and he grew up in other country, and he moved to this country about a year and a half ago. And I was like, okay, so much things had to happen for this meeting to happen. So I know someone from above just fixed that to happen, and if it's so perfect, why it's gonna end? So I was really sad. And a few hours later he texted me and said he missed me already, and it was perfect for him. And I said, I mean, you can come and visit me, I'm not that far. And he said, I didn't know. And so we let it go. I kept on with my life. A few days later, a friend wanted to come and to be with me, and said, I can't, my heart is not here. So we kept on talking, and a few days later, about a week and a half, he told me, do you want me to come? I can have you 3 days if you like. And I was like, sure, of course. And he said, okay, I'm booking a flight and I'll be with you for a week. And a week later he came, and all of a sudden everything went just fine. I mean, I had free time, and I managed to book us amazing hotel with no price, and we're like receiving gifts from the universe for things to enjoy and to have the perfect vacation. And he came, and before he came, I remember going to the airport to pick him up and asking myself, are you nuts? I mean, what the hell? You met this person only one time, and he's coming to be with you for a week and to stay at your home? I mean, what's going on here? Are you okay? But something in my stomach and my senses and my body said, it's okay, it's good for you. And once seeing him at the airport again, it was like a lot of love and energy, and like, wow, it's the perfect moment. It should be. It really should be. And all the doubts went away. And it happens to him too. And we had this really amazing week, one of the best amazing weeks in my life. And we went to sleep together and cuddling all night and talking for hours, and it feels like we know him for years. It's not. And I was always laughing at him and said, "Okay, this is our second date," and how the hell? And I just fell in love really deeply, and we were sitting, and after a few days, you start to get used to it, to wake up every morning with this person you love and to feel full, and then thoughts started to happen in my mind. Okay, what's next? What's gonna be? And then, okay, I want to have money in my life. I want to accomplish the goals I have, but I also want this. I want to wake up with this person every morning, and I want to live with him. I mean, what's life worth if you don't wake up next to the person you love? And we knew it's going to be complicated because he quite fixed his life right now, and I got my kids and my business and my obligations here, so I can move to other country. But for him, it's more an option, but still, it needs some changes. And I was like, okay, let's live the moment. Let's try and meet when we can and see how we can work things out. I mean, we're both mature, and he lost the love of his life a few years ago, so we both were in a stage where we were ready for this commitment, for this relationship. And I just felt whole. It's like nothing is important. Everything is bullshit. I mean, I want to keep on going with this thing we got. And then the day before he went back, we were like cuddling for hours. I wanted to show him places, and I was like, no, I just want to be with you. I just want to hold you. It's perfect like that. And we kept on being together, and then and he went back home. It was a week ago, and I was like, okay, let's wait for the next time I can come or you can come and just be together and enjoy it. And he was like, a few days later, he said that he's not sure that he's able to do this long distance relationship, and maybe we should separate. I was like, oh, come on, give it a break. And I told him what I felt, but it's exactly like the Twinflame runner stages. I mean, I heard about it. I said, okay, we're not there. It's not gonna happen. I mean, we're past it. And he said it makes him think because he need to make a lot of changes in his life and to change everything in order to be with me, and he's not think he's ready right now. And I said, okay, don't change anything, just let's be together and try it, and let it work. If it need to be, if it will work. And for a moment I felt really sad, but the moment after I was like, okay, if the universe brought us together and if it needs to be together, so it's gonna happen, and there's nothing we can do about it, and if it should happen, it will happen. And like full trust in the universe. And he was like, okay, I need 2 or 3 days of quiet and to be with myself. I was like, okay, take it, go ahead. And the other day I was thinking about him all day and feeling him, and at the same day that he told me that he wanted to break it apart, I was like all day thinking about him and just feeling his thoughts and knew what he's saying. I was telling my friends, okay, he's gonna end that he's in drama about me right now, and it's mixing his life, and I'm not sure he's ready for that. And that was the exact things he said. And I was even sitting and writing a letter to him about how I feel, and like solving all the problems he had about this relationship. And I was holding myself strongly not to call him or anything. I mean, I felt his stepping away. But then he just talked to me and said how he felt. It was exactly what I knew he did. And I felt that I can read him, I can talk to him telepathically and to sense him, and I'm quite sure he did too. And the other day I told him, okay, take your space, take your time, think about it. I mean, we don't need to make any decisions, let's just be together. I mean, I'd rather had one dreamy week with you every once in a while than not having this again. And I was trying to think about dating others, and it's like, no, not gonna happen, can't happen, I'm not available. So right now we're in the separation thing. I'm quite sure that soon, once it will be possible, and I'm summoning it, I was talking to the universe saying, okay, if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen, and just give me the opportunity to meet him. I'm sure it will come. And I was like, yesterday night I was talking to my friend, told her, oh, I gotta talk to him, I gotta send him something, I miss him like crazy. And she was like, no, wait a little bit and let him have his quiet time. And then 2 minutes later he was like, hey sweetie, I'm fine, I'm good, I'm thinking about you, I need some time alone still, but I want to think things over and I'm here. I was like, okay, good. No, I just know it was like some of approval that he still feels me. But how do you know if it's twin flames? You just know. You just know. It's like nothing you never felt before for the first moment. Sorry. And twin flames are basically the same soul that got splitted up. And you just know, it's like part of your soul, and we like the same music, and we're both artistic, and we got the same taste in things, and even in food. I mean, there are things, I'm not eating fish, and so does he. Don't eating eggplants and many stuff that he doesn't eat too. We like the same things, and we're like being together, and it's full. I mean, he was here for a week, and I wanted to make tours with him and show him special places, and we were like, we don't need anything, it's perfect just to be together this daily basis. And I just saw myself living with him, and I know it's gonna happen. And I was reading about the stages of the runner in the twin flame, and I know that something touched him really strongly, the same it did at me, inside of me. And something that you can't ignore, and you can't move on from that. I mean, I had crushes, I had crush, and I had loves, and it's like, it's not like not anything you ever felt before. And they say that twin flames are the same part of the soul which got separated, and it goes to different places in the world in order to make your soul have the lessons she needs to have, and to evolve into some certain level, so that when you will be ready and you will love yourself enough, you will meet. And I remember, like, every video I heard about it, and I was trying to analyze it for other relationships I had, and it was like, no, this is something different. It's like, you know in every part of your soul and your body, and you just you wake up emotionally, something get awakes inside of you. There's new life and energy source that wakes up inside of you, and the intimacy, it's amazing. It's spiritual connection which made us both reach to new levels of highs. And it's like, I know, it's so synchronous. It was so synchronized, sorry. And it like felt perfect with every touch, with even the smell. I mean, right now I can smell him in my mind. I can sense his smell, I can sense his feelings when he wanted to talked to me that he want to leave and to stop this thing, I was like, all day I just felt him from the moment it started, and I just knew. You just know, and you're with this person who completes you. And right now I'm working on myself to know where are the places which I run from this relationship, what lessons I need to make. And it's like I'm so certain in every part of my body and my soul that we're gonna be together and it's gonna work out. And I know that if I'm gonna tell him, okay baby, I wanna come, he won't tell me don't. And I know that either of us will be able to have relationship with some other person or intimacy with other person that will feel perfect. And it's like, it's not it's there's this, it's like your standard have risen, and you know that there is this perfect person and thing and love you have, and the emotion and connection, and nothing can compare to that. I mean, it's worth it. And I know it's gonna make the both of us do some changes in our life for the next year, and it's gonna be a long distance relationship, however it's gonna be. But I know it will work because I felt like my soul got back home when I was in his arms, and the look in the eyes. Oh God, when I first looked at him, it sucked me into hidden place in my soul. I just seen him and he saw me, and it was hard for us to look to each other in the eye, because once we did that, it's like, wow, your mind just blown away, and was like floating deep emotions and energy inside of you. It's like, wow, we had so many things together, and I just want to be with him. I mean, I don't care. I don't have money, don't have things, and I just want to be with him. That's what's important. And from some reason, for years, I've been avoided from entering the sea, and it was like, I don't know, felt lost over there, and it was like overwhelming for me. And his job related to the sea, and he works in the sea, so he took me diving, and it was, wow, I got back home. I like it. Something inside of me woke up again, and I couldn't enjoy water or the sea so far, and like with him it was like, okay, how come I didn't do it so far? And I don't know, I just felt the urge to make this video, because I know many of you are thinking and wondering, is this my soulmate? Is this my twin flame? And I had soulmates which are from the same family of my soul, which had amazing connection from the first moment, and we were like the best friends. But when it's twin flame, it's some part of you has been full. And I had someone which I thought was my twin flame, but when it's your twin flames, there's no doubt you can't be with anybody else. I mean, you can hide it, but you can ignore it, but there's something that pulls you like strong magnets to each other, and you can't ignore it. And this person I thought was my twin flame, he just kept on hurting me, and even when he knew he's hurting me, he still kept on doing that. And I know that with this man it's not gonna happen. I mean, the other one always used to come and go and come and go and play with me and my heart and my feelings. And I believe we're soulmates and from the same soul family, and we had some karmatic issues to solve, and I even saw some past life with him. But with this one, it's, wow, it's totally different story, and different energies and different connection which I never knew before. And I'm still find myself in the past few days asking myself, do you really need all this mess around you? I mean, he's gonna live his life, he's job is everything, just to be with you, and you're gonna live with him, and he has nobody here, though he don't have much people there. But are you sure this is what you want? And yes, I'm sure. I mean, it feels so right. And going back to when we were together, it was just cuddling for hours. We don't need anything more. We don't need to eat. We don't need to go out. We don't need excitement or anything. We just need to be together. We need each other, and it's healing. It's got such a healing power for our souls and for the pains of the past to come over and get healed and go out. And so when it's the false twin flame, if you have doubts if it's your twin flame, it's probably not your twin flame, but usually there are differences between the souls. So I'm 15 years old younger than him, and we're like grew up in different places and different languages, and he speaks English, I was speaking other language which I was born with, and I learned English through the years so I can communicate him. And this vacation was my first time abroad after 10 years, which I didn't flew, and it was like from now to now, and it was like, are you crazy? But once we met, I just knew that I needed to go in order to meet him. So usually it got this, I don't know, like divine feeling that this is destiny. This is destiny meeting, and the universe got involved in order to make this happen. And despite the differences between the places we come, and he's from quite small family and I'm from a loudy warm family, and he lives by himself, I'm always surrounded with my family and everything, and there are differences and contradiction things in our life, and from the other hand there are things which we are like soulmates and twin flames, and it's so perfect. And I'm quite sure that living together, I mean, we spent a week with each other and it was so perfect without any conflicts, and it just felt right, so it can't be wrong. And right now I'm letting the time to do whatever has to be done, and I'm letting things happen, and if it should be, it will happen. I know it will. And I was like, once you sense this person, I mean, you know what to say in order to touch him, to make him feel things again, and you just feel it. And even though we're apart right now, there's no ego, there's no hurt, there's no sadness, because I know I found my soulmate, and it's the most amazing thing that happened to me. And I know we're gonna be together, it's just a matter of time, and the process that each of us need to go through. But there's some strong peaceful in knowing that you found your one, you found the other piece of you. It's like, feels like home, and suddenly you don't see, and he's only an hour flight away, but it's like, you know, that even if he was at the other part of the world, it still could work. And this is a thing that's worth trying, because I'm not sure I'm gonna feel the same with anyone again. This completeness and this fullness, this alive. And I've been on a cloud since I met him, and it's been a month since we met, and it feels like I know him for a lifetime, and so does he. And I'm quite sure that he's feeling disturbed right now and sad and miss me and think about me, because I can sense him. I'm also channeling, so I'm quite spiritual, and I can sense things more than other people, but you just know it's, you know, when you're with this person in every part of your body and your soul, you just know it, and no one can doubt it, and it's the most irrational things, but you know it, that it's your heart, you know, your life won't be complete without this person. And so you want to try it. So if you have questions, you're invited to write in the comments. I'll be glad to answer, and keep on believing that you're gonna meet your soulmate. Love yourself before it happens. Before we met, I was working on loving myself, on feeling full and free, and that I don't need anybody else in order to feel full, and that I'm in an amazing relationship with myself. And then it came when you were ready. And right now it's a time of twin flames reunion, so just be aware for opportunities, for cases and things you never thought you'd do, and like, should I go now or order? Should I take this flight? I don't really have much money, but some part of me knew that I really have to go to this trip. And I was thinking to myself, even fantasizing that, wow, it can be cool if I'll meet some man which is more mature than me and will have this thing and fall in love and like the all romantic things, and it happened. And ever since, yeah, I'm walking on a cloud, and I'm so happy and appreciating my life, and I'm quite sure that with time we're gonna be together again, we're gonna reunite, and I'm sure it's gonna happen really soon, just know it. And I'll keep updating you, and write to me, tell me if it helped you in any way. Oh, and another thing about twin flames, they say that it has the number 11 related. We met on April 11, and they say that before you meet, you get all kind of signs, like double numbers, like 11. The hour 11:11 or 12:12 or 2:2, and I was like, I remember that before we met, about a week before, I always saw, I know about the time it was 0000, which means you have guarding angels around you and like cosmic things, and I think it happened about 5 or 6 times at that week, which at some point I told to myself, okay, what are they trying to tell me here? What's going on here? But I guess it was a preparation for that. So keep on believing. If there's someone that you don't really love, or you love and it makes you feel hurt or painful, just release him from your life. Let your twin flame come and make room for him, and release all the other connections which you feel which are not making you feel good, or not making you full, or not making you feel alive. I mean, it was like some sort of awakening, and okay, you get another perspective about all your other relationships, and you like seeing the light, and you know what you want and what you don't want, and whatever don't fits in your vibration and your frequency can be in your life. And it's like just having sex it's meaningless, and it's not worth it, and it's a waste of energy, and right now it really has no meaning for me, so I'm not gonna have it anymore. But having this amazing person which you look in the eyes, and which looks you in the eyes, and you feel, I'm home, I'm relaxed, everything's good from now. I mean, no matter what happens, my soul found its home, so it's the perfect thing you can have. So write to me if you're in a relationship with your twin flames, if you're feeling that you're not sure. Tell me what it made you feel, what made you think, and hope to hear from you soon. Bye for now.